All right guys, so today we'll be doing a wheel bearing on a 2007 Toyota Matrix. This should apply to a 2003 to 2008. In order to make this easier, we've gone ahead and just bought the full boy instead of actually pressing out the wheel bearing. You can buy just the wheel bearing and take it to a machine shop if you so choose. Might be cheaper, might be the same, or just buy, or you can buy the press. We've just gone this way to keep it easy, but the steps are exactly the same. If you get it pressed out, you just take this off, take it to a machine shop, say put this in.
By the way, if you're doing this similar job on a B6 Volkswagen, you should be able to hit it with a mallet and it comes out.
This is the entire wheel bearing knuckle assembly. So that's what we're gonna be putting on today. Step one, break the lugs loose.
So then you're gonna wanna pull out your 14 mil after the wheel's off, and you're gonna take off the brake caliper.
So you don't want to just let your brake caliper dangle once you take it off. One good spot on this car is just to hang it from the suspension. You can make your life a little bit easier by turning the wheel to the right. Once you have your caliper out of the way, there's 2 bolts here that you need to take off. Go ahead and use this, it'll give you much more leverage. They're gonna be really tight. Yep. There we go. Yep, those should come right off if you have a breaker bar. Go ahead and you can also take your brake pads out at this point. Can I get this off before it falls? When did you change this last? So this wheel hub was just changed 2 years ago?
Yeah. So you're gonna take off the rest of the caliper and the disc.
There's 3 bolts on the bottom of the ball joint right here. You can go ahead and breaker bar those off. We ended up impacting it out. So we tried doing it with the right way with a breaker bar and it didn't work, so we used an impact.
I still did it the wrong way because I don't have any hearing protection and that was loud as shit.
Here's the new part. So as you can see, there's 2 bolts left and a wheel speed sensor right here that we still have to take out. We also have to get there's a little cotter pin on this we have to slide out, and then we have to break this bolt loose as well. So basically here, here, and here where we're still connected. We've got everything else off.
That's right.
Go. Or you can take this all the way out. Got to actually remove the, I believe it's the ABS sensor here. And luckily for us, we have the exact size due to the 10 mil showdown. So it's a 10 mil to take that sensor out. Here's our little dangle sensor.
Just don't touch the front of it. There we go.
That out, you got to pull this cotter pin right here. Here's the pin, we don't want to lose this. 17 mil. You're watching RockAuto.com. And from there,
okay, you're gonna need the mallet again.
yep, I might just lift this right out of here. Here you go. Go for it.
You want me to hammer it this way?
Yeah, just knock it through.
Oh, look at that, like a glove. Here we go.
All right.
I told you I needed this. I wasn't being
All right, there you go. And that's the whole.
I got it. That's the car, huh?
That's the car. So we got an old versus new comparison. I always want to hold them up next to each other to make sure they're the same part. Looks good to me. We do need to transfer this part over.
Yeah,
it's the only part that has to transfer.
It's easier to get out now.
But now that it's out, it's a piece of cake. We were playing around with the just to verify that they kind of the old bearing felt bad. We were kind of just spinning them. This one is so bad that it actually will grab and just, you can literally
knock it over.
You can knock it, like it won't, like this one, meanwhile, I take one finger and basically it's nice, smooth turning. So if you do end up buying the full assembly, the only piece you'll have to take off is this one right here. Using a 19 mil, go ahead and transfer this right over. Whenever it doesn't work, just keep getting a longer bar. If y'all have ever watched Star Wars and they say there's always a bigger fish, there's always a longer bar. Since we don't care about this old piece anyway, we're just trying to get this one ball joint transferred over. We're just gonna stand on it, use the longest bar we have, and it comes right off. So that's what you got to do. All right, guys, so to get this out, I ended up having to hit it with an actual hammer. Unfortunately, when I hit it with the actual hammer, I scored the end of it, so we're gonna have to get a replacement one of these. If you can keep your hits very straight, you might want to go at it with a rubber mallet for a while. We tried a rubber mallet, didn't really have too much luck. Maybe put like a towel on top of a hammer or something, just try to hit it enough. It will come out.
Hello, you've tuned into the unboxing video for the DriveWorks chassis parts DWK80595, also known as ball joint for Corolla Matrix Vibe
03 to 08.
03 to 08. Pretty standard box. I would estimate the dimensions are 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4. It might be a perfect cube. Opening it up, you can see that it's wrapped in plastic for no reason. You just get rid of that.
Does it got that same weird knuckle on the bottom?
Maybe. My lovely assistant here. Here's what we replaced. We don't know if it's bad or not, but we broke it.
So it's bad.
So it's bad now.
So there's the bottom for this, it's flat. That one had this weird hook thing on it.
Well, is it open?
This?
Yeah. It's an unboxing video, not an unwrapping video. I'm sorry. Hey, who's that over there?
Just me twisting pneumatic pieces around.
What are you doing?
Changing the filter out.
Hey, that doesn't look like a wrench.
That doesn't
looks
look like a
vice
wrench.
grip.
You look like a vice grip.
Dude,
What?
you have every
Pneumatic
pressure
tool
wrench
setup.
right there.
Yeah,
Ow.
but I have to find which one it is.
I thought you were really good at that.
Not when they're this shape.
I need a reaction on that.
Shape matters. Got the ball joint on. Gonna drop this thing back together. Slide that right in. Slides right in on this car. I don't know if that's just because it was recently changed and went bad again. So you don't poke your eye out with this. It got about an inch from mine.
Wouldn't that be a good story to explain why you have an eye
Use your
patch?
eye.
Ah, yes, my eye patch. There we go.
You came from the knuckle of a car.
All right, so make sure you put the tie rod in before you put all this together. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get it to go in since it's at a bit of an angle.
There we go.
That slides right in. Let me put that bolt in. You get this tie rod back on. Make sure you do that first. You can then go ahead and realign these, slide that back in, and then put your ABS sensor back in. There we go. All good. Be careful, it likes to snap back and forth.
Now he's a real mechanic. Kyle, don't come over anymore. We don't need your help. Do this on my own.
Next up, put that middle bolt on. It's supposed to be torqued to 216 pound-feet of torque. Unfortunately, this torque wrench only goes up to 150. So we're going to torque it to that and then just push a little beyond. A lot beyond.
So that's 150. So you basically need to sit on the breaker bar. Oh my god, are you okay?
Yeah. Did you get that on video? So yeah, I think that's the best we can do. Just basically get this as tight as you can because 216 pound-feet is a lot. Now that's on, we can go ahead and put our rotor back on. All right. ABS sensor's in, this is in. We just gotta put the pads in. We gotta tighten these bolts down properly. 17 mil. All right, and that's pretty much it. From here, we just have to put the wheel on. You don't want to tighten these once you drop the car, but for the most part, we're good to go. So when you do one of these, you need an alignment because your wheel will gonna look like that otherwise. First thing he does is gets right on it.
Yeah, why not?
Perfect.